Alright, I'm going to quickly show how I make a hand armature. So I'm just gonna I typically use 20, not 22 gauge, but I'm gonna use 22 gauge right now just because this is an example, and this is the wire I used least, so it matters least to me, and I have the most of it. But we're gonna wanna start out by pulling out a decent length of wire. I'm probably gonna actually want a bit more than that. And first, we're gonna leave about 1 to 2 inches at this end, just dangling. And then we're first gonna start by making several loops in the rough shape of a hand. You're gonna want to remember to leave a fair gap in between each finger, because once we add felt to this, they're gonna bulk up a lot. And you're going to want to make all these fingers a bit longer than you think is right, because we're going to twist them, and that's going to eat up some length. Okay, so we're going to start with this thumb first. We're just going to hold the base with these 2 fingers, twist. It doesn't have to be a nice twist or a clean twist. If you feel like you've made it a bit too long, you can just undo a little right here since we've twisted it so loosely. Alright, and now we have our thumb. Now we're going to go on to the pointer finger, and remember to keep the gap in between these two, that the pointer, this will be higher than the thumb, so you do not want these 2 levels to align. And we're just gonna, once again, twist, 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 twist. You can also, of course, twist this using pliers. And then again, you're gonna wanna leave a good amount of space in between each fingers. I kinda use my own finger almost as a little estimate spacer like that, if that makes sense. And then this is the middle finger. We're just making a cartoon 3-fingered hand, but you can, obviously apply this to anything. Middle finger. Alright. And if you feel like you've made too much space, that's not a big deal, because, it's wire. We can just bend it or pull it apart. Bend it together, pull it apart. So it's better to have a little more space in between the fingers than less. And then we're just going to do the same thing. Make it tiny bit longer than you think, but still shorter than the others for the pinky. Hold and twist. And yeah, and then you see here we're already starting to get like a hand shape from the 2 sides, just sort of naturally looping back on each other. And then we're just gonna make sure that it is all sort of more or less aligned and twist it off. And then if you're going to be applying this to one of the plastic armatures, I'm going to actually untwist that a little. We're going to want to place it right here and actually have one of these joints sort of in the hand. Because what that does is give us this sort of nice, not only rotational, but up and down wrist motion in the finished doll. And then you're just gonna take those 2 dangling ends, take the one that we left, wrap it around to make it secure, then cut off from the main spool finally, and wrap around again. It doesn't need to be wrapped around this much. That's, this is probably, that's still good actually. And then, just cut off the excess, and now you can rewrap all of this in floral tape, and if you would like to see that, I can provide another video.